My name is Kraig Marton and I practice employment law here at Jaburg and Wilk. Absolutely, the law's been very clear for many years that if an employer engages an employee to work, they have to pay for all of the time that they work, not part of the time, not some of the time, but all of the time. In Arizona, surprisingly, there is no law that requires an employer to give any employee a break. In fact, I today met with a lady who works 14-hour shifts, and I had to tell her there's no law that requires that she get a break at all. There is a law about breaks for minors, for children, but in general, an employer does not have to give employees time off for breaks. If an employer does give a short break, an employer still must pay for it. I believe the rule is 15 minutes or longer. If the break is an extended break, then the employer, as long as the employee is off the clock and performing their own services, does not need to be paid for that time. But if it's a short break, yes, the employer must pay for break time. No, if they really give the time off for lunch, as long as an employee has time to do what they want during a lunch, an employer can say you're off the clock and not pay for it. No, an employer is not responsible for an employee's time to and from work, commuting, but if an employer, after the employee shows up to work, sends him off on an errand, then the employer must pay for that time. The consequence to an employer for not paying an employee can be severe. In Arizona, we have a treble wage statute, which would require the employer to not just pay the amount they owed, but the court can treble it if it was found that the failure to pay was in bad faith. In addition, the employer could be liable for court costs and attorney's fees, and under some circumstances, the employer can't hide behind being a corporation. The individual who did not pay the employee can also be held liable.